This is Daily Blast Live. We're talking about what you're talking about.
You all ready for this?
This is a sham.
No. Y'all, just stop.
Get real.
Welcome to DBL. I'm looking up all the Halloween discussions. Good to see everyone. How was everyone's Halloween?
You're talking to us like a first grade teacher.
I know. Like, welcome back to school after the break.
You're so cute.
Lindsay, good job. How was everybody's Halloween? Who had kids knock or trick or treat at their door?
I'm so jealous. This one over here.
Well, I guess I just moved to the perfect neighborhood because, I mean, it was like a madhouse. I was even surprised. Colin and I were trying to take Kinsley trick-or-treating, and there were so many kids coming to our door, we felt bad that we weren't going to be there to give them the candy.
So did you put
the whole thing outside, and then oh, that's Kinsley. Yeah, she was a baby shark. She really loved it. She picked out her own costume because I tried to make her be a minion. She didn't want to do that, and she was picking out her own candy. She was spending about 5 minutes a bucket. Like, yeah, no, I'm gonna take this lollipop. I'm gonna do
Wait,
this.
are we sure that's not a little
dinosaur?
No, I thought it was like a little bird. What's the yellow
I know,
bird?
you sound like my grandma. She said, no, Kinsley's a bird. I said, it's baby shark. You don't see the shark teeth?
But it's not blue.
No, everybody
Baby shark is multiple colors. It has a mommy shark, a daddy, a grandpa, and grandma shark.
Baby shark does not see color.
Okay.
Got it.
Write us in if you think that was something else. Did she get a lot of candy?
Colin and I got a lot of candy.
Got it.
There we go.
But you know what? There were some things I thought, like, in this time, like years into Halloween that I've been celebrating, people will stop giving like candy apples and all the open juices. There was tons of that in my neighborhood. And I'm like, oh my God, they told us don't do this. And also they were like, the adults were offering adults wine. And I was like, wait, I'm not supposed to like trust you. I don't know you like that. So I was trying to decide whose wine I was taking and whose I wasn't.
Wine.
I know, but I was trying to save my life. We talked about it.
It's free wine, and scientifically, there's no empirical evidence that has ever really occurred to hurt anyone.
Well, you guys scared me.
The wine.
You guys scared me with all these news headlines talking about all the dangers that happen to kids, and then I felt like I just fell in the box of people who shouldn't take random things.
Don't we get most of the wine in our lifetime from strangers? Are you intimate with the bartenders you've ordered it from? Isn't everyone a stranger?
I know, but they were just outside, like, I don't know. Something about it.
Remember, no empirical evidence that that's ever happened. It's an urban myth.
All right.
If you tuned in yesterday, we had such a fun show. We got all dressed up into costume, featuring folks from pop culture moments over the last year. We got a little press, huh? Check this out. E! Online featured this great photo of us. People magazine gave us some love, also featuring our show in an article, although they called us the Daily Blast. Close enough, people. We appreciate the press, and we just want to say we understand it's a long name. It's a hard name.
Yeah, but it's just like if you grew up with like old school black folks, like this is nothing. Like my dad would have never called it DBL. He'd have been like, how's the blast? How's that,
exactly. Just
that
accept
email
it.
blast live? You got
the blast
like that. You're gonna get some of it, and that's all we want. That's all.
And you know what I'm talking about, right?
Yeah.
So don't just when you Google the show, it's pretty much nothing else is called blast.
Yeah.
You know, as far as TV shows.
Watch what you Google.
Yeah.
Too. Make sure that safe search is on.
But that NSFW.
But yeah, my dad used to call Scottie Pippen Scottie Pittman. Like,
and just fine with it.
Old school black dudes, he'd be like, close enough.
Also,
I'm
we
busy.
add an S to everything.
Yes.
Like
Walmart's.
the store becomes with an S.
Is that true?
Nordstrom's.
Yes.
Nordstrom. No,
Everything.
Really, that's hilarious. Speaking of Halloween, we got to get to this because, I don't know, guys. You can come at me, but I think this was a bit cringe. The queen of Halloween, Heidi Klum, went all out again this year. She transformed into a worm for her annual Halloween party in New York. The only part that was visible was her face. Can you guys see it in there?
No.
Oh, yeah, I see it. You don't see like the weird
I'm trying not to look at it, Lindsay. It's so gross. The midsection part of it?
Yeah.
Ugh.
She went with her husband, Tom Cowlitz, who was a fisherman, using the worm as fish bait.
That's a good costume, though.
Dude, no. And check out Heidi's commitment to the costume. Here she is writhing around
Now that's funny. Come on now. That's hilarious.
That's carpet.
That's pretty funny.
Okay, I am so disgusted. It looks like the part of that Alice in Wonderland caterpillar, you know, when he comes out smoking the whatever. Once inside the party.
Yeah, I didn't see that part.
Heidi changed into this nearly nude sheer bodysuit, but she kept her face worm makeup on.
I think that looks cool. And is your Ring doorbell going off?
Yeah, someone's Ring doorbell's going off. Someone get your doorbell.
You know, honestly, I kind of like that. So I always say somebody's got to push the envelope a little bit. Everybody's going to be Super Mario and, you know, sexy nurse. I kind of like when somebody like goes all out. I think that's cool.
I love commitment. Did you see my Fauci?
Your
But
Fauci
my
was
Fauci
amazing.
was committed, but the worm.
I would think that would there's probably a lot of people with worm phobias, and I don't have one, and looking at this was a problem.
Yeah, that's nasty.
So, like, I could
it's
see
like-
somebody being,
yeah.
like, legitimately freaked out.
Uncomfortable.
But I think that costume is so gross that she knows that people are going to be like associate her with grossness. So she gave you some alternate images to use for the
I
night.
think you're right.
I kind of
think you're
balanced
right.
it out. I remember one time Jada Pinkett did that because Will posted a picture of her that was unfavorable. And she's like, let me put this also on your timeline on my page so you can see what I feel that I look like.
Wow.
And if you blend those two, like, you just got to do the math, and somewhere in the middle is where you exist.
Would you be offended if Colin did that?
Colin does that every day. We take 10 pictures, and he picks the worst one. I'm like, you going out of your way to pick the worst one of me, or like? And I just stopped caring. Like, I have to like not try to monitor that man's social media.
All right, perfect.
He does whatever he
Point taken.
wants.
Whatever you want,
Like, he does it every day. All right.
I'm anti-worm. I'm pro-effort. I just think it was really gross.
So the writhing on the ground was a
Yeah, and it
whole
looked like
lot.
that pizza face from Spaceballs.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, that's
Yeah.
pretty
The
funny.
Hut.
Yeah, Pizza the Hut. That's right.
Can I give the line?
Yeah, do it.
Well, I guess next time, pizza's gonna send out for you. That's 30 years old, still remember it. Hey, boomers.
Great reference.
Thank you.
All right, we've also got a roundup of the best celebrity costumes this year. We're taking a look at some of our favorites. First up, Neil Patrick Harris and PH and his family. They all went as fast food mascots, including Ronald McDonald, the Burger King, Colonel Sanders, and the Wendy's girl. I think,
Nice.
otherwise
That's
known
really
as
cool.
Wendy.
The Wendy's girl. Does Arby's have a person
No, it's just the meats.
in the hat?
Isn't it Ving Rhames?
Oh yeah.
Oh, where are
you never
we have
see
the
him.
meats? You never
You
see
just,
him.
like,
hear
That's
him.
right. We all have the meats. Lizzo made it very convincing. Marge Simpson.
Love it.
With
So
some
did Cardi B. Wow.
I know, fantastic photos posted to Instagram. But she didn't stop there. Lizzo also transformed into one of her icons, Miss Piggy.
Oh, I love that.
I think that was funny. I thought it was very cute. Kim K got all decked out in blue, which is cute. She went as the X-Men character Mystique. Although, y'all, she showed up like that to a party at Tracy Ellis Ross's house. It was for her 50th birthday. But the thing is, it wasn't a costume party.
Yo.
That's
Wait, it
amazing.
wasn't?
No one else was in costume.
Are you joking?
No. And she was just like, hey, I'm Mystique.
That is hilarious.
You sure are. You are absolutely that right now.
Oh my God.
I Lindsay, I think that we're looking at that and we're thinking about those two people on screen. As soon as I saw that picture, I was just like, her assistant. No, she about to get it because she did
She has
not
to find a new
transfer
job.
an important detail. So she's going to be like, oh, I'll see you in 2 hours. You just wait in the car. We're going to
Stay
have a little
right here.
chat on the way back to.
Yeah,
Oh my
because
God.
someone didn't inform her it wasn't a costume party. That person is now fired for sure. For sure.
Absolutely.
Kendall
Not that they should
Jenner.
be.
Let me know what you guys think. She went as a sexy Jessie from Toy Story. I thought she was cute.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Way to step out on the limb there. Yeah. Gorgeous.
Carrie Washington, my favorite. She went as Lionel Rich.
Oh, that's hilarious. That is
That
hilarious.
is great.
She goes, I
That's
embarrass my
classic.
kids all night long.
That's really great.
Yeah, that's really funny.
But Diddy, guys, Diddy might have won Halloween this year. This is Diddy, P. Diddy, in his Joker costume. He even posted a video of himself in character asking everyone, why so serious?
I feel like this was also an audition, so like, if they want to hire Diddy to be Joker, they should really consider because this is pretty good.
That was like, I didn't even recognize him. Did you, Al?
I did not. I saw that he got into a verbal altercation
I
with
also-
a gentleman as well.
I also saw that.
With the Diddy, with
With the Joker outfit on, yes, it is on. It's online.
And
Okay,
may I
let me
say,
Google that.
Yes.
when he did get into the verbal altercation, he almost personified the Joker in a way where he was like fighting, but as Heath Ledger as the Joker.
Right.
It was really interesting.
I mean, well,
he went full in.
We saw this with our own Sam Shocker yesterday. I mean, do you think that some people put on a costume, but it's really like a personality that they're kind of, because Sam became Pete Davidson. Like I just
Oh, you
had
gotta
on
commit,
Will Smith.
yeah.
And like Diddy's like the Joker having an issue with somebody as the Joker, not saying like, hey, I'm P. Diddy from
no,
Bad
he was
Boy.
like, come and get me.
Yeah.
Well, after you get that deep into character, you got to commit. Like if you're in an argument, you can't be like, oh, hold on, yeah, I just want to talk this out.
Yeah. After 6 hours of makeup, I'm saying the Joker.
That's great. Before we go to break, we do have an adorable viral video for you. Check this out. Trick-or-treaters' reaction to getting candy from a homeowner. Take a look.
Trick or treat!
Oh, they hear you. Yeah,
Here you go. Thank you.
you're welcome.
I love you. Goodbye.
Bye.
I love
Aw.
you. Goodbye.
But
Talk
does that-
about manners.
But does that take a little bit away when she says "I love you" to the mom?
Yep,
Like you
it
gotta,
does.
have a little chit chat. You can't throw that "I love you" out. Like our dad needs those. I'm sorry, I'm selfish. That was super cute though.
She did, and she looked up so like Candy. I love you.
But like, yeah, you give me candy, so you get this. I don't give this to everybody.
Nope,
Yeah.
this was very special. Coming up on DBL, we got Dr. Coley in the studio today. She's explaining an interesting study about sleep, and a man keeps his $30 million jackpot winnings a secret from his own family.
I love it.
Would you do this? And who is that cool character?
There's going to be a lot of internet chatter. That's where the red flag goes up.
We are never going to agree on this. It's ignorant, and for me, it was just like a damn shame.
Tell me I need to do something, I'm going to do the exact opposite.
You know why I don't call in sick? Camera hog.
Literally, like you're celebrating someone's birthday, and you know it'll be hilarious.
Yeah.
Like it'll just be funny.
I think it depends on the celebrity. Can they roll with it or not?
If you leave this, you become more of a clown because it's like you showed up like this.
We're alive. I don't have headphones, so we're just gonna go for it.
Okay, well, we're talking about Kim K's costume.
What did she go for today?
Oh, got it. I was standing up for no reason.
What was Kim?
Oh, Kim was Mystique from the X-Men. I didn't even know if we were on, but yeah, she showed up to a party in full costume. It was not a costume party.
Yeah.
And people are kind of making fun of Kim. But
Oh, yeah, no, you're fine.
Tori, this just hit me. Should we be begrudging Kim? It's not like she showed up as Mystique on December 15th. She did that for Halloween.
That's a fair point. You have Tracy Ellis Ross, that's true. It's her 50th. It's on Halloween. One would assume
That it's a
it's a
Halloween
costume party, but you've got to make sure before you walk in.
Remember that. Like,
in blue.
okay, like one time my sister went to this wedding, and this girl I grew up with, right? But my sister was like, "Come on, just come." And I'm like, because I was around the corner from the wedding and happened to be in town. But I had on like baggy boyfriend jeans. And she was like, no, seriously. So then she goes to the bride, turns the phone, and the bride's like, if you don't come here right now, I swear to God, I really want you to be here. I thought you would never be in town. That's why I didn't tell you to come. Please come. And I was so embarrassed. But then I just said, you know what? Everybody was laughing. She wanted me to come. I had on like a t-shirt and jeans, literally. And we had the best time ever. We were just dancing up. I stayed like after the party was done. The wedding was all done. It was just like the dancing part. You know, at the end when the old people are like, I'm headed out.
But
Yeah, it was that part.
That's really, but in 10 years, people are like, who's this disrespectful woman at this
Right,
point?
exactly. The pictures will look, that's why I stayed out of all the pictures. I'm like, no, don't even get a
You don't
picture
want
of
to
me.
get a picture. You do not.
But it's a thing now. It's like,
And
okay.
it's-
And I told her,
Welcome back. Do you feel lucky?
yeah.
Well, do ya? It's from a movie. We're asking because no one hit the Powerball jackpot last night, which means the new grand prize is $1.2 billion. Speaking of the lottery, get this. A man in China won a $26 million jackpot, but wanted to remain anonymous, so he showed up. Oh, he's in the costume.
Oh, you were like, that's not so
Oh my
anonymous.
God, I thought it was the mascot for their lotto.
Me too.
Me too, I was
I
lost.
see. He's in the costume. He collected the money in Kinsley's outfit from last night.
Yeah, exactly.
He said he didn't want his wife or his kid to
Oh, come
know
on.
because he's worried they would become lazy and wouldn't want to work or work hard in the future. So we want to know what keeping a secret like that, is that a good idea?
No.
You are he's crazy.
How do you keep it from your wife?
Your wife and kid? Like, come on now. That's like a limit. Like, you could not tell your friends. You could not tell your coworkers. Your wife and kid is like, you go look them in the eye every day, and you're holding like this big. You're omitting this big piece of your life. Like, we're
I would say the
multi-millionaires.
biggest piece of your
Yeah,
life.
exactly.
I would argue that.
Yeah, and how do you spend the money if you can't spend the money?
Very, like, was it Future said, spend the 10s and the 20s at the mall? You just gotta,
Or he's gonna like buy fancy dinners, like, I just wanted to make sure our family eats well, and then he gets all the credit, like,
I guess, but like,
constantly.
think about the anger of like he was able to keep this up for like a decade, and you've been working 2 jobs.
Dude,
you've had to take out loans, and then Dad goes, "Oh, I got 26 stacks here. And he's like, oh, Dad, well, this is about to be another story. Like, this is really,
well, it's sort of,
I get the idea of hard work, but I feel like this is what happens when people take adages too far and don't apply them to the real life situation.
Yeah,
I think that works out every time except when you have $26 million.
Also, like, where were you at what part of the day with that costume on that your family was like not concerned with your whereabouts? Like,
he just goes home
you
dressed
just
like
were
that.
like, what time did you have to do all that?
You know what's interesting too is if she found out, is there grounds for divorce? And I don't know in China what that is, but could she get some of that money in the divorce?
I wouldn't want the money. I'd just make him permanently wear that outfit. And just as a reminder every day, you can have the money, but you got to put this Tweety Bird head on.
The other thing you have to know is if you guys do win the $1 billion in the jackpot here in the U.S., first of all, you have to split it with all the DBL hosts. That's on the waiver. And also, if you do get a cash out option, you get $497.3 million.
And they get the rest of the
taxes?
I don't get we just say taxes.
Like what? To whom?
Education, roads, infrastructure.
So now that's on me just because I won?
You're not okay with $500 million?
No. Trump paid what, 700? Elon Musk paid 0, and I got to give you 500? Where they do that math at?
Don't let Al win the lotto.
I know, exactly.
Don't win
Give me
the
my
lotto.
money and my Tweety Bird outfit.
We need infrastructure. Coming up on DBL, can showering too much actually harm your skin?
Oh my gosh.
Dr. Coley is in the studio. She's going to weigh in. She's coming out of the shower as we speak.
Does it feel like you keep finding spider webs in your home no matter how many times you clean? In a 2016 study, researchers found spiders in every home they checked. In fact, one is probably looking at you right now. Verified viewer Carrie emailed us to ask about a claim she heard that humans end up swallowing a few spiders every year while sleeping. So let's verify. Do humans regularly swallow spiders while sleeping? Our sources are the Burke Museum in Seattle, Floyd Shockley with the Smithsonian National Museum of Natural History, and Michael Bruce, founder of thesleepdoctor.com. The idea is that if we sleep with our mouths open, then a spider might walk inside, causing us to swallow it unconsciously.
As near as we can recall, it was first published in a book on insect and spider folklore back in 1954 was the first mention of it. Then it proliferated over the years.
Our sources say there was never any scientific evidence that this happens.
Spiders are not going to walk into basically a dark, moist cave where all that's coming out of it is carbon dioxide. That doesn't really make a lot of sense just from an etymology standpoint.
Bruce says 9 in 10 people sleep with their mouths closed, meaning the spiders can't get in.
If you're sleeping with your mouth open, you're probably snoring and the vibration is going to scare them away.
Put simply, the Burke Museum writes, for a sleeping person to swallow even one live spider would involve so many highly unlikely circumstances that for practical purposes, we can rule out the possibility. No such case is on formal record anywhere in scientific or medical literature. So, no, humans do not regularly swallow spiders while sleeping. This is an urban legend. With your Verify, I'm Brandon Lewis.
Welcome back. Can you clap if you shower every day?
I would hope.
Give yourself a round of applause. Huh? It's a hot topic, and a new article has us begging the question. So we brought in our medical expert. We took her away from her.
I am here, yes. Yes, what's up?
No one cares about you. We took her away from saving lives to answer this. Our medical expert, Dr. Pyle Coley, to break it all down.
Did you all shower this morning?
Yes, definitely.
Oh, yes.
Okay, so let's get to it. So a professor at the London School of Hygiene and Tropical Medicine says showering too often can harm your skin. So can that really happen?
So, you know, guys, what we see is that, like everything in life, more is not always better, but less is not better either. So with showering, there's what we call a U-shaped or J-shaped relationship. Too little is bad, but too much can also be bad. So, you know, I have some colleagues that, because of their work, they actually shower twice a day. And what can happen is too much hand washing or too much showering can actually crack your skin, dry the oils, and get rid of the good bacteria on your skin.
Al showers a lot, right?
I do.
Twice a day?
3.
At least.
Oh,
if I work out probably 3.
Yeah. So, but you make a good point, Al, which is that it depends a little bit on what you're doing as well. So if you're a teenager who's exercising heavily, you might need 2 showers a day. If you're an older person who has incontinence or struggles with, hygiene in general, showers can actually help reduce your risk of infection. If you're a baby and you're not even a year old yet and you're kind of at home being held all the time, you may not need a shower every single day. We also know there's a lot of emotional benefits. I love my time in the shower, and so I'm not quite ready to adopt the Matthew McConaughey showering strategy quite yet. And I do think it's good to shower regularly because you want to get rid of that bacteria on your skin, get rid of the dead skin cells, but you don't want to overdo it, and you don't want to use chemicals that can be harmful.
Quick question, are baths gross?
Yeah, because it's like
Just
you're sitting in your own
marinating in it?
filth.
Yeah, I think they're a little gross. Except for
okay.
Batman, he's a bit of an exception.
Oh no, he said baths. Like
baths.
Not baths.
I thought you meant baths.
Oh, baths. Yes.
But baths are also very gross.
That H is very important.
Bats. No, well, so the advantage of bats is actually it can kind of open up the skin pores a little bit. But what I do when I take a bath is actually take a shower.
You take a shower after,
or after, and then take a bath.
Smart.
All right, well, let's get to sleep. There's a new study that says that getting better sleep can increase professional ambitions in women, but for the fellas, not so much. Like, there's no change. So why do you think this is?
We don't exactly know why, but we have some theories and we have some speculations as to why, whether it's biological or whether it's social or behavioral. So we know that women regulate their emotions differently than men.
Yeah.
They have kind of less regulation, actually, of their emotions and more emotional fragility. So that may be part of the reason when we're sleep deprived, we're not quite able to sort of regulate our emotions, and we pay less attention to ambitions, just kind of more to getting through the day. But another theory is actually that it changes the motivational centers in your brain. And women and men's brains, we know, are different. Their motivations are different. So if we get good quality sleep, our motivational centers are sort of triggered a little bit better, which makes us more likely to be more ambitious at work. And I know this is true for me. When I haven't slept well the night before, I'm not the nicest person to be around. And
I can't believe it.
But it makes me more motivated when I have slept well. And we also know that the American Heart Association has now put sleep into one of life's essential 8s, because it's not just the mental benefits, but the physical ones as well.
And is there a bare minimum, like, sleep amount of time?
7 to 9 for most adults.
You can't school with 5?
What are you, showering for hours?
So you know what? Yeah, spend less time showering and more time sleeping.
That's hard. Yeah, especially for people. My mom has terrible insomnia, and I know it's been really difficult, but sleep is so vital. It's like water. It's so important. So good information. Stop showering, start sleeping.
All right.
If you have a question for us and Dr. Coley, not us, mostly Dr. Coley, we could read your question on air. So please write us. Thank you so much, Dr. Coley. We'll be right back. Thank you, guys.
We looked at the laws in all 50 states, plus here in D.C., and found a majority of the country actually requires employers to give employees time off to vote on election days. The states that are here on this map in green.
That includes paid and unpaid time off. And if you check the fine print, some states require giving advance notice or may allow an employer to designate specific voting time, or might not have to offer it if an employee has hours before or after their shift when the polls are open. Let's zoom in on the DMV. In D.C., District Code requires employers give up to 2 hours paid leave to vote, even if it's not an election in D.C. It cannot count against the employee's PTO. The law does allow an employer to request notice of that leave in advance and designate specific time when the employee can go vote. That could include during early voting days. In Maryland, the law requires employees who claim to be a registered voter up to 2 hours paid time off on election day to cast their ballot. That's if they don't have 2 hours time off already while the polls are open. Voters do need to be able to prove to their boss that they use that time to go vote with a form from the state election board. And finally, to the Commonwealth, Virginia has no law requiring employers give time off to vote. Election day is not a federal holiday, though lawmakers in the past have tried to change that with a few different proposals.
How about federal employees? According to the U.S. Office of Personnel Management, federal employees can get up to 4 hours administrative leave to vote, as well as up to 4 hours of leave to work as poll workers or election observers. This can be on election day or in the early voting period leading up to it.
With your Verify, I'm Abby Larico.
Let's be honest, we've all guessed a time or two about how heavy something is before putting it in the mail and hoped it wouldn't come back for having insufficient postage. But you probably wouldn't want to take a chance with your ballot. Some people are worried about how much postage to use, if it's needed at all, and what happens if they guess wrong. So let's verify. Will the Postal Service deliver ballots if they don't have enough postage? Our sources are the U.S. Postal Service and the National Conference of State Legislatures. In 19 states and D.C., no postage is required to mail in a ballot. If you live elsewhere, it depends on your election officials, and you may be responsible for the postage. Many ballots need just a single first-class stamp, but if there's a lot on the ballot making it extra bulky, then you'll likely need a second stamp if it weighs more than an ounce. But it's not the end of the world if you miscalculate the postage your ballot needs. The USPS says they'll still deliver it because ballots get special handling over regular mail. So, yes, the Postal Service will deliver ballots if they don't have enough postage. But election officials and your tax dollars might foot the bill for the missing stamps. And if you really don't want to pay for postage, many places have drop boxes that you can use for free. With your Verify, I'm Brandon Lewis.
Welcome back. When it comes to your home, did you know your bathroom can get you a huge bang for your buck? We're talking about in today's remodeling tip, sponsored by Jacuzzi. Ooh. Whoa! When looking to upgrade your bathroom, experts say you should avoid changing the layout. Rearranging the room can be really costly, especially if you move plumbing. Next, pick a vanity with a lot of storage. Choosing one with drawers is your best option. And most importantly, upgrade your shower and replace your standard tub with a larger high-tech one. That's where Jacuzzi can help. Give your bathroom a spa-like feel by letting a Jacuzzi bath remodel dealer replace your old dated tub. Jacuzzi offers an unmatched, stress-free remodeling process. So go ahead and visit jacuzzibathremodel.com or call 1-800-523-1523. Now, before we go, first of all, that's very cool. Very, very cool. We've got an exciting contest starting tomorrow. Yes. Okay. Just me, okay? You have a chance to win a luxury vacation at Sandals Resort's newest location, Sandals Royal Curacao. It's a 4-day, 3-night escape for 2 to beautiful Curacao. Watch DBL every day for You Know It, word of the day for your chance to win. The winner will be announced on DBL November 23rd. And if you didn't know, every day we try and guess what the word of the day is. And we're wrong. And we're wrong every single time. But it's really fun, and I still keep in touch with the people who went on our Sandals vacation.
I remember. I was
contest.
so happy.
Isn't that cool?
I'm so glad we're doing this again. It
Me
brings
too.
good things to good folks.
Sandals. DBL's new every day. We'll see you same time, same place tomorrow. Bye, guys.